Evelyn Hart, the CEO of Hart Industries, was the definition of success. She was sharp, composed, and always appeared in control of every situation. However, one particularly stressful Tuesday turned her world upside down. With quarterly reports due and a crucial merger looming, the weight of expectations pressed down heavily on her shoulders. As she sat in her luxurious corner office, the pressure became unbearable. Suddenly, the walls felt as if they were closing in. Panic gripped her chest tightly, and in an instant, her vision blurred. Before she could reach for her phone, darkness enveloped her, leaving her alone in a whirlwind of anxiety, the normally familiar office now feeling like a cage. When Evelyn finally regained consciousness, she noticed the sharp, sterile scent of cleaning products surrounding her. As her vision cleared, she found Jason, the office cleaner, kneeling beside her with genuine concern in his eyes. He was a man in his mid-30s, with hands that showed the wear of hard work. Offering her a glass of water, his calm voice filled the air, urging her to take deep breaths. In that moment, Evelyn felt something unexpected shift within her. Jason's steady presence offered a grounding sensation that she desperately needed. It was a relief to have someone who seemed unbothered by her title and expectations, someone who genuinely cared about her well-being rather than her position. After that fateful encounter, Evelyn found herself seeking Jason out more frequently. Initially, their conversations were brief, casual exchanges in the office halls. But as days turned into weeks, their interactions blossomed into deeper discussions. Jason shared anecdotes from his life, revealing his dreams of becoming an artist, a passion he had set aside to make ends meet. Evelyn, in turn, began to peel back the layers of her own life, sharing her struggles with the immense pressures of corporate leadership. Despite their vastly different backgrounds, a strong connection emerged between them. Their friendship provided a refreshing contrast to the relentless grind of corporate life, a reminder of the humanity they both needed. As their friendship deepened, however, whispers began to spread through the office like wildfire. Colleagues noticed how often Jason lingered in the executive wing, how Evelyn's demeanor had softened since their first encounter. The gossip grew, with speculation about the nature of their relationship intensifying. Was it merely friendship, or was there something more? Evelyn, typically unfazed by office politics, found herself increasingly unsettled by the swirling rumors. She tried to brush them off with a light-hearted smile, but the more she attempted to distance herself from the speculation, the more the gossip seemed to thrive, casting a shadow over the bond she cherished. One evening, as they shared a quiet moment on a rooftop overlooking the sprawling city, the tension between them shifted. The sun dipped low, casting vibrant oranges and pinks across the sky, creating an atmosphere ripe for honesty. It was here, in the golden glow, that Evelyn felt a rush of emotion she had long suppressed. "People think we're more than friends," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. Jason turned to her, concern flickering in his eyes. "What do you want them to think?" he asked gently. Evelyn hesitated, unsure of how to articulate her feelings. "I value our friendship, but I feel like I'm losing control of my own narrative," she confessed, her vulnerability laid bare. Just as their connection began to solidify, a crisis loomed large. The merger they had poured their hearts into was suddenly threatened by a data breach, sending shockwaves through the company. The board erupted in anger, and Evelyn felt her world spiraling out of control once more. In the midst of the chaos, she found herself increasingly reliant on Jason, yet the stakes had never been higher. The pressure mounted, and she could feel the familiar anxiety creeping back into her life. During a particularly heated board meeting, as tensions fled, she felt panic engulfed her, and she excused herself, fleeing to a private room in desperate need of solace. In that dimly lit room, Evelyn struggled to breathe, her heart racing with fear. Moments later, Jason entered, his presence a beacon of calm amidst her storm. "I'm here," he said, his voice steady and reassuring. As he sat beside her, the warmth of his support washed over her like a balm. They sat in silence for what felt like an eternity, each moment stretching out as she fought to regain her composure. Eventually, her breathing steadied, but the bond between them felt even more profound. In her moment of vulnerability, Jason had become her safe haven, a reminder that even amidst chaos, she didn't have to face her fears alone. With the crisis resolved and the merger secured, Evelyn faced an even greater challenge, navigating her growing feelings for Jason. She had learned to rely on him not just as a friend but as a source of strength, yet she questioned whether pursuing something deeper would jeopardize their unique friendship and her professional reputation. One evening, as they strolled through the city streets, bathed in the soft glow of streetlights, she knew she had to confront her feelings. "I care about you, Jason. More than I should," she admitted, her heart pounding. His expression softened, but uncertainty flickered in his eyes. "I care about you too, Evelyn. But can we afford to risk it all?" he replied, his voice heavy with meaning. As their friendship teetered on the edge of something more profound, an unexpected event forced them to confront their choices. A competitor launched a smear campaign aimed at discrediting Evelyn and her company, reigniting the rumors about her relationship with Jason. The speculative gossip transformed into sensational headlines, and public scrutiny intensified. Evelyn felt the pressure building around her like a vise. Faced with the harsh realities of their situation, she had to decide whether to stand by Jason, risking her career, or distance herself to protect her reputation. As the stakes grew higher, she realized that her happiness mattered just as much as her career. In a moment of fierce clarity, Evelyn resolved to fight for what she wanted. "I want to stand by you," she declared, her voice steady and unwavering. "Together, we can face this." Jason looked at her, surprise and admiration in his gaze. They decided to confront the rumors openly, holding a press conference where Evelyn spoke candidly about her friendship with Jason and the importance of mental health. She shared her struggles, openly discussing the anxiety that had once consumed her. As she spoke from her heart, the media's narrative began to shift, focusing on her authenticity and resilience rather than the scandalous rumors that had circulated. Months later, as the dust settled and Hart Industries thrived once more, Evelyn and Jason found themselves at a new beginning. Together, they launched an initiative focused on mental health awareness within the company, transforming stigma into strength. Their relationship, once whispered about in the shadows, now stood proudly in the light. Colleagues began to admire their bond, seeing the genuine connection that had formed between them. No longer defined by gossip, they embraced their feelings, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With trust and love guiding them, they stepped forward together, hand in hand, determined to build a future grounded in both personal and professional fulfillment.